Okay, hopefully that fixes it. Let's find out. Okay, hopefully you can hear me now. It looks like it's working. So, let me start from the beginning. Welcome to the Hestia's Hearth and Home Thrift Store grand opening. For those who don't know me, I'm Reverend Janet Callahan. I am the founder and director of Spiral Moon Family Circle. We are a Southeast Michigan-based pagan 501c3. We do a lot of community stuff. Oh, good, the sound works now. We have a radio and TV station. Obviously, that's where you're watching this, at least in some respects. You're certainly watching a broadcast of something that's being broadcast to our TV station. We have a library, we have classes, we have family activities, we run Pagan Pride during the summer. We run the Pagan Chamber of Commerce, which is a business networking group. We run a community calendar and a business directory and a whole bunch of other stuff, along with our news sites that are tied to our TV station and our radio station. And now, officially, we run a thrift store. Our goal with this is, a couple of things. Number one, it seems like a good way to fund the rest of our operations. We eventually would like to have a permanent physical space for events and classes and for people to gather. Think of it sort of like a church or a community center, somewhere in between probably. We also want to be able to provide some things back to the community in the process. Running a thrift store would allow us to provide material goods to members of the community who are struggling, be that things like furniture or appliances or clothing or whatever, and even potentially a food pantry. And then, like long term, we want to be able to provide some job training opportunities for people and make it a community resource that we can all use. A thrift store also benefits the community in several other ways. It helps keep things out of landfills. It helps improve the environment and helps with recycling and reusing and reducing waste, which is good for all of us. And in general, part of the thought process here is that we spend a lot of time in thrift stores these days because I have a kid who is fixated on buying certain videos and books, and she's looking for them used, and that means going to thrift stores. We also tend to give away stuff here rather than having garage sales. Our last garage sale was a lot of work for like $25, and for that we might as well have just given it away. But the vast majority of thrift stores out there are run by conservative Christian groups who discriminate against people in our community, and I would prefer not to continue supporting that if I can help it, as much as I can help it. I want us to have a safe place where we can donate things and feel good about the use it'll go to and what the funds raised that way will support, and where we can go safely, all of us, to acquire things that we need without necessarily facing discrimination just because of who we are or what we look like. It's an ongoing issue even at the stores we go to over minor things like kids' haircuts or shirts or whatever. So those are the reasons behind this project. Right now, because buildings are expensive, we're going to be online. We're in the process of listing things right now. And as we get more things listed and get things sold and get to a point where we're getting a pretty good income going, then we can start looking at what kind of building we can afford and where we can go. It's clear to me that thrift stores make money. There are tons of them around here. They fund all kinds of projects. Just yesterday, we were at one that is supposedly the biggest thrift store in the county. It is bigger than some Walmarts I've been in. They have a walk-in food pantry where people can just come in and shop. They have the whole place full of goods for sale. They have caseworkers on staff during the week for people who need additional services. So that's all a possibility in the future. That's my goal. That's what I want to see us do. Because I think it's all possible. I really do. I think that we can do those things just like anybody else. And I don't think that being a good person and supporting your community is something that only people of a specific religion can do. So with that said, give me a second. And let me get the site pulled up properly. I have too many sites, too many pages open right now. Volume on the screen. Okay, so as I was saying about the website, we don't have a ton of stuff listed yet, but we will be listing more stuff this week. We will be looking for volunteers to help us get stuff listed and to help us get stuff organized. We would like to get a storage locker within the next 2 or 3 months based on income from the store, so that we can have a place to really be organized about how we store everything and where it is. Right now it is local pickup or drop off only. Um, we do not have the manpower to manage shipping. As we get volunteers and get things situated, we can talk about that. But my kids are out pretty much daily on car rides, so we can probably do some delivery too. We have the Community Aid Fund. You can donate directly to a fund that will help support community members who need assistance, whether that is because an emergency has happened and they have they've lost things from their home, be that a robbery or a fire or leaving a bad relationship. It could be somebody who's looking for dress clothes for an interview that they wouldn't otherwise have an appropriate outfit for. It could be people who are looking to do a dramatic change in size or gender of clothing. Any of those things are possible, and it'll depend on what is available in the Community Aid Fund to make that happen. So that's sort of the story about it. We want to slowly grow our shop and get to the point where we can support a physical space that we can use both for this and for the for other events and activities for the community. So that's that. If you have questions, feel free to post them. I think it's set up right now that I can see the comments on events on the stream, but I don't know if that's true or not. So I will be around to check on comments as we go this afternoon. If you have donations, we are not quite ready to take donations yet. As I said, we have sort of a limited space and a limited space to organize. And for better or worse, we have a whole pile of stuff that was meant to go be donated when we started talking about the fact that the number of places we can donate that are not supporting things that we don't agree with is pretty limited. So, assuming this has all worked, I'm really pleased with the way that I can now have one setup and broadcast it everywhere. That's new for us. It's a new discovery I made recently. And we're going to keep plugging away at better and better media support and more and better things for our community. We have a long ways to go, but I want us to be as committed to community and to community safety as we can be. And so that's the plan. With that, I'm going to go ahead and stop this here in the next minute or so. But I thank you for listening in, dealing with all my technical issues. And as I said, message me or comment on one of these videos because we will definitely connect with you after the fact. Thanks and have a great day.